Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving deep into Hunter x Hunter Chapter 403. We're at the heart of the Succession War, and the stakes are higher than ever. Each move, every interaction brings us closer to an explosive climax, and in this chapter we see some serious power plays as alliances are tested and secrets come to light. From Hulkenberg's deadly Nen abilities to Benjamin's paranoia and Kurapika's ever-complicated mission to save the young princes, the layers of tension just keep building. Stick around as we unravel the complex twists of this week's chapters. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment of this breakdown. We begin this chapter on the 11th day at 6:45 a.m. with Balsamilko Might walking through the halls of the luxurious Tier 2 of the Black Whale, where only the elite reside. Now, if you don't remember, Tier 2 is the highest level, home to the celebrities and the wealthy, and as always, the backdrop of opulence contrasts starkly with the lethal succession war unfolding. Balsamilko Might is locked in on his target, Hulkenberg, but just as he's navigating this dangerous mission, he spots Vict, another high-ranking soldier in the Cocken Royal Army, using military sign language. This moment is critical because it's the tipping point in understanding Hulkenberg's lethal Nen ability. As we see Balsamilko Might process this information, Hulkenberg makes his move, firing his Nen possession arrow at him. For those who need a refresher, Hulkenberg's possession arrow is an insanely dangerous ability, bypassing all defenses to transfer one of his soldiers' consciousness into the target's body. It effectively turns Hulkenberg's soldiers into living weapons, and their consciousness only returns when the target dies. This is why Hulkenberg is such a terrifying player in this war. He doesn't just fight, he strategically dismantles his enemies from within. Next, we cut to Prince Benjamin. He's on the edge, and for good reason. He's waiting for the news about the trial that's set to determine Hulkenberg's fate after being arrested for suspected premeditated murder. The tension rises as Benjamin takes a call from Balsamilko Might, who reports back on the situation. Balsamilko explains that the Nen arrow fired by Hulkenberg missed, but interestingly, Hulkenberg lost consciousness soon after. Theories fly at this point. Balsamilko believes that the collapse could be because Hulkenberg activated his ability too many times or used civilians instead of soldiers, but Benjamin's not buying it. Benjamin sees this as a trick to delay the trial and is already thinking ahead. In his mind, if Balsamilko doesn't complete the mission, he's going to assume that Balsamilko is part of the coup with Hulkenberg. Benjamin's resolve is chilling. He's prepared to issue martial law and purge both of them, showcasing just how ruthless the prince can be. The internal politics of the royal family are on full display here, as even Benjamin's most trusted soldiers aren't safe from his suspicion. But Balsamilko is far from done. He proposes an assassination attempt while Hulkenberg is receiving medical treatment, believing it's the perfect opportunity to strike, despite knowing that Benjamin may not trust him anymore. Balsamilko is unwavering in his commitment to finish the job. He's now operating with his level of urgency and desperation that really elevates the tension in this story. His resolve to not return until Hulkenberg is dead shows just how high the stakes are. At 7:50 a.m., things get even more interesting. Prince Benjamin receives a letter from Prince Fugetsu, who has been delivering messages to the other princes in the succession war. Benjamin opens the letter, and what he reads is explosive. It claims that First Queen Unma is Hulkenberg's real mother. If true, this revelation could change the entire line of the succession, as it would mean the second queen was protecting Hulkenberg from assassination attempts. This rumor stirs up chaos, and while Benjamin is skeptical, it leaves him with one more layer of uncertainty in this already volatile situation. And it's not just Benjamin. We get panels of the other princes, Zang, Tubepa, Tyson, and Kamala, all receiving their letters, setting up what could be an even more chaotic future as they react to this potentially game-changing information. Meanwhile, we shift to Melody, Kacho, and Kaiser, who are discussing their next move. Melody explains that they will be taking a break from their assassination plot against the 7th prince. They don't want to overexert Fugetsu, whose Nen ability is crucial for their plan, and if she gets too tired, they won't be able to execute the mission properly. This moment shows the careful calculation behind their actions, as well as the consideration for each other's abilities and limitations. We then return to one of the central threads of this arc, Kurapika and his interactions with the 8th Queen Oito, Kurapika reveals a Nen ability is preventing anyone from leaving the Black Whale, and if someone attempts to leave, they'll be killed. This moment adds another layer of urgency to Kurapika's already difficult task. He's trying to save the younger princes, particularly Prince Wobble, but now he needs cooperation of Queen Oito to proceed with his plan. As we move forward, we check in with third Prince Zang. He reveals that he has 7 coins, 3 of which have been gifted to others, but something strange happens. One of his coins that originally had the number 1 on it now displays the number 10. This change is baffling, and Prince Zang realizes that he's going to need Kurapika's expertise to understand what's happening with his Nen and Guardian Beast if he's to succeed in the Succession War. Following that, we get a significant conversation between Kaiser and Steiner. For those who may have forgotten, Steiner is part of the International Permit Agency, and he brings some critical information to Kaiser's attention. Steiner reports that 10 of Hulkenberg's supporters passed out while waiting to see the prince, but curiously, they recovered almost immediately. This strange occurrence gets even more puzzling when Steiner points out that a separate staff member, Wario Bay, exhibited the same symptoms in a different time and place. Kaiser sees this as an opportunity to dig deeper into Hulkenberg's mysterious abilities and objectives. He plans to interview Wario to find out what he knows about the prince and potentially to form an alliance. What really grabs our attention here is Wario's shocking statement. He claims that Prince Hulkenberg will soon perish. This revelation casts a dark shadow over the prince's future and raises questions about the true extent of his Nen abilities and the potential cost of wielding such dangerous power. The chapter closes with Kurapika strategizing his next move. He's planning a second round of Nen training and will be sending out invitations to the princes, but this time he plans to reveal the contents of Queen Oito's letter, though not his own. Kurapika's reasoning is sound. By sharing Kacho's feelings, he hopes to slow down the war and build trust with the other princes. It's a dangerous play, but Kurapika knows that transparency might be his only way to navigate the perilous waters of the Succession War. And that wraps up Hunter x Hunter Chapter 403. The political intrigue continues to ramp up with every player making strategic moves. It feels like we're on the verge of some major developments. Hulkenberg's Nen abilities, Benjamin's ruthlessness, Kurapika's delicate balancing act. There's so much to unpack, and I can't wait to see where it all leads. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future chapter reviews. Until next time, stay tuned and keep hunting for the truth in the Succession War.